Another season has come and gone then, and in today's episode we are going to be reviewing everything that's happened in season 5. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lufc Fm22. Big thank you for joining me on another episode of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire. So we have finally wrapped up season 5. Didn't finish in the way that we wanted, but we can't complain. We have finished second in the league. We have won the League Cup. And in today's episode, we are going to show you everything that has happened across the season that was season 5. So if we jump to the inbox, hopefully on here we are going to see, well, that's not very well prepared, is it? I thought we were going to see a season review. It actually hasn't appeared the day after the Southampton game, so hopefully when we come back from this, here is the screen that we wanted. Today's episode is going to be all about the 25-26 season review. You can see we won the Carabao Cup there, so let's not waste any time. Jump straight into the new arrivals tab. See who has been voted our signing of the season. It was only ever going to go to one man, wasn't it? Dusan Vlahovic. In real life, he has got himself a nice move to Juventus after scoring goal after goal for Fiorentina. In game, he had gone to Real Madrid. After we sold Benjamin Šeško, we had money to burn. We went out and we signed Dusan Vlahovic. The board are only giving him a C. He has scored 42 goals in 42 games. He's got himself an average rating of 7.34 and he is signing of the season. The next signing we made was Burak Ince. The board gave us a C+ for that. He come for 65 million overall. So actually, that deal turned out to be more expensive than Vlahovic. He played 35 games, scored 1 goal, assisted 11. So he's an assist machine. 7.25 average rating there. We signed Santiago Garcia. We got a B- for that. Apparently, the board is chuffed that he's got an £89 million buyout clause, which is neither here nor there for me. The important thing is we've got him into the first team being a wonder kid. Played 39 games, 1 goal, 7 assists. 7 assists from right back. That is impressive. 7.17 average rating. Conrad De La Fuente, the board gave us a C. We spent £14.5 million. Played 35 games. He scored 13 goals. Had 6 assists. 6.98 average rating. Endrio, B- for this one. We paid £12.75 million. He came in as a 19-year-old wonder kid. Played 5 times. Didn't score, but had 2 assists and 6.83 average rating. And then we're getting down really to where I think we're going to be a little bit disappointed. We bought James Maddison. The board gave us an F. This mainly due to both the transfer fee and the player's wage being on the high side, making the deal look costly on paper. We've spent £37.5 million on him. He's 29 years old now. He didn't really hit the ground running and only got 10 starts, 11 more from appearances from the bench. 4 goals, no assists and a 6.79 average rating. We signed Benjamin Russell. We got him on a £1.1 million deal. He's a 19-year-old winger who is rapid. The board was delighted, give us an A- for this. He only played 1 game. I think that's actually wrong. I think we started him in a Carabao Cup game, but he had 1 Premier League appearance from the bench. He got a 6.7 average rating. Klaus Ferber, we actually have got an F for this. We signed him from Hoffenheim for £14 million. He was one of the next gen 50 top wonder kids in the world. Obviously, the board can see that maybe I got ripped off with this one. Probably wasn't a good deal for 14 million, but we could probably move him on, recoup that money pretty easily. The next player is Harvey Elliott. We got a D. Again, couldn't get in the team, was constantly injured. His injury proneness come against him. We paid 40 million, but not all of that being up front. Played 9 games, scored a goal, assisted a goal. And the final signing was Louis Barry. 22 years old, so £22.5 million we pay in Aston Villa eventually. Only played 6 games, scored 1 goal, but I do think he's one to watch for the future. He's had one season with us. I think he can develop into a bit of a monster. So the season's results starts us off obviously where we have won silverware. The board said it wasn't important, but we went and won the Carabao Cup, beat Leicester City in the final, and the route we took was Doncaster, Sheffield United, Newcastle, Arsenal over two legs, and Leicester in the final. Vlahovic was top goal scorer in that competition, and the board were pleased they won it, even though it wasn't one of their priorities. Looking at the Premier League, so we have got a D for finishing second in the league, and I suppose this is how far we've come in the save. This is where the board are at now. They want us to be constantly challenging for the title. I am disappointed that we finished 7 points behind Manchester United, but then when you look that we finished 9 points ahead of Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea even further behind, you got Arsenal and Man City way behind us in the league. I think that D rating is a little bit harsh. We did challenge right up until the end. The wheels only came off with about 4 or 5 games to go, and that gap is probably a little bit exaggerated, but the board seem to think that it's not good enough now to finish second. So in the summer, we're going to have a look at reinforcements to close that 7-point gap. In terms of the Champions League, we get a B for that. We were knocked out in the semi-final by Manchester United. It was pretty disappointing. That 5-1 game in the first leg really killed us off. And then even though it's gone down as a loss there, we did win the home leg 1-0. The European Super Cup, we finished runner-up in that, also losing to another Manchester team in Manchester City. We did draw the game 2-2, but lost on penalties, I believe. We got a B for that, though. They were okay. It says they were delighted the team reached the semi-final of the Champions Cup, so not really changed in terms of the Super Cup. In the FA Cup, they were disappointed. We got knocked out in the 4th round against Chelsea. So, the moments to remember in the season. The biggest win was a 6-0 victory against West Ham in the Premier League. Rafinha getting 2, Garcia scoring, Thiago Thomas, Vlahovic and Decatelaire. Match to remember was a 4-0 victory against Newcastle United in the Premier League, where Vlahovic got 2 and Rafinha got 2. And our goal of the season was for Ryan Gravenberch with a great strike from the United central midfielder as he scores an effort from 23 metres, which curled past the goalkeeper, and that was against Dynamo Kiev. So in terms of finances, you can see that our reputation is still a worldwide reputation. In terms of the sponsorship, we had 69.1 million, which is up from last year, 91.6 in broadcast revenue, which has gone down by nearly 20 million. In fact, it's more than 20 million, isn't it? It's 22 million. Corporate and hospitality, 7.23 million. Competition prize money is down by around £10 million. Matchday commercial and retail is up from last year. In terms of merchandise sales, 12.39 million. Non-domestic sales amounting to 6.74 million. And then we sold 681,931 shirts. Most popular club captain, Captain Fantastic, Calvin Phillips, Dusan Vlahovic, Kanate, Burak Ince and Bentancur also selling well. In terms of how we lined up across the season, these are a little bit iffy sometimes, but it looks pretty much right. Meslier in goal, Firpo, Wisdom Ame, Ibrahim Kanate and Singo, and then Calvin Phillips and Bentancur. Conrad De La Fuente is the only one without a green rating, but he did have some exceptional games across the season. Ince, Rafinha and Vlahovic. So then, in terms of the accolades, for myself, I was Premier League Manager of the month for August and January, and I was also the 25-26 English Premier Division Manager of the Year. In terms of the club awards, Fans Player of the Season was Ibrahim Kanate, Young Player of the Season was Wisdom Ame, Signing of the Season was Dusan Vlahovic, Goal of the Season Ryan Gravenberch, top goal scorer was Vlahovic with 42 goals. Burak Ince with most assists with 11. Ibrahim Kanate got most player of the matches and also highest average rating with 7.5. And Diego Carpio completed most passes per 90 minutes. Any competition awards? Yes, so European Champions Cup midfielder of the season was Rafinha, who is now an elite winger. He was also Brazilian best Europe-based player. European Champions Cup goalkeeper of the season was Ilham Meslier. Wisdom Ame was the English Players' Young Player of the Year. European Champions Cup Defender of the Season was Wilfried Singo. He was also African Defender of the Year, and English Premier Division top goal scorer was Dusan Vlahovic. So, record breakers. Vlahovic, 26-year-old elite striker, scoring 42 goals, was most overall goals by a player in a season. Most clean sheets was 34 for Ilham Melier. Highest transfer fee paid was £65 million for Burak Ince. And then Benjamin Šeško was our record transfer fee received when we received that whopping £135 million from Paris Saint-Germain. So history in the making then. Hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and it didn't go unrewarded at our end of season awards ceremony. So for some reason it is showing us a 2-3 victory against Arsenal. We won the Carabao Cup, and then United experienced a challenging campaign, climbing up to first at the end of October, but were unable to convert that early form into sufficient season-long momentum to achieve their pre-season aims. Pretty fair, because we were there or thereabouts right until the end of the season, and then the wheels kind of fell off. So looking at a few emails before we wrap this one up, there is the overall best 11. Šeško keeps his place up front despite Vlahovic having probably one of the best seasons of the save. Rafinha, Ricky Puig is still in there, Daniel James is still in there, and then we have Melier, Llorente, Canate, Singo and Firpo, Bentancur and Calvin Phillips. So there's the season review we've just been through. Let's have a little look at the club vision and expectations meeting. So you can see that in terms of what the board are expecting now. They want entertaining football. They want attacking football. They want to make the most of set pieces. They want to work within the wage budget. Want minimum 4-year contracts for first team players. So all of that is pretty much achievable. So lastly, let's have a little look at the finances and what we have to play with. So the transfer budget is £32.5 million. It's saying though we have an overall bank balance of minus £10 million, which is a little bit shocking. We have a wage budget of £4 million, but we are only spending 3.6 of that. So looks like we're going to have to balance the books, probably going to have to move a few players on. It could be another interesting off season. So we're going to push forwards, and in tomorrow's episode, we're going to go through pre-season, any transfers that we make in and out, and we are going to count down to season 6, and this is going to be the finale of the save. Can we get the Champions League back? Can we get the Premier League back? And will we have a successful season 6? With season 5 officially in the books, then we are going to be pushing forward to season 6. As I just mentioned, it's going to be the finale of the Leeds United Pride of Yorkshire save. Either we are going to be successful or we aren't. I think looking at this side, not that side, looking at the list of honours that we have won so far, I think it is going to be a pretty successful save anyway. But we want to go out with a bang for season 6, so we're going to push forwards. Right then, if you're at this point of the video, you're still watching, you've enjoyed today's episode and the other content on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I really do enjoy every interaction with everybody who stops by on the channel. For this one though, I'm going to wrap it up there. Come back tomorrow as we are going to go through pre-season and the transfers for season 6.